We are dealing with history chapter, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So we have seen in the previous class how the Russian Revolution was there, civil war was existing. In today's topic that we are going to see is the Stalin and the collectivization. So Stalin is the person who comes after the Russian party, All Russian Congress Party, as a leader after the death of Lenin. So he is taking up the role of Lenin and he is doing the all other activities. You see, during his regime, the planning of economy was already done. So planning of economy was already done. We saw where the socialist society was being started, where they started giving lot of importance and improvements in all the aspects. So when that is happening, here in the agricultural activity also we should make a change, right? So there also they brought an new farming activity that is called as collectivization of agriculture. So this collectivization of agriculture means if for 100 persons are there and each one has 1 acre of land, and if you cultivate in that, there won't be much of profit, they felt. Okay, so what they decided is the whole land, 100 means 100 acre of land will be cultivated in the single time, so that the profit of agricultural yield will be higher. So that is what is the plan of Stalin, and because of which he implemented collectivization of agriculture in Russia. So this collectivization has been started by the party, that is All Russian Congress Party, under the leadership of Stalin. So when this is happening, you can find the head of All Congress Party was the Lenin. After that, the headship was being taken up by Stalin. So when he is becoming the person, so he is doing even so many other aspects, like he is introducing firm emergency measures. Firm means factories and small working areas. So there he is doing some emergency policies which can improve the condition of the factory workers. That is also being done by him, and he believed that the peasants, rich peasants and the rich traders are holding the lands of their own, and when they are producing their own products, they are holding it, they are hardening means storing it somewhere else, and they are not selling at that time. When there is a lot of demand occurs, so they are selling at that time at a high price. So this is the belief of Stalin. So that is why he started implementing the collectivization of agriculture. So this is the reason why he started doing the cultivation. So this cultivation was not accepted by everyone. We'll see who and all started accepting. By 1920, the party members toured and supervised the grain production areas. So the party members, that is this Soviet party is this there, Bolsheviks party, where they are entering into the production areas of rice, production areas of wheat, and supervising what is happening over there. So they are understanding that this much of crops is being grown, so this much of yield should come out. But few are being hoarded. Hoarded means stored and kept somewhere. So it creates demand for the people. So when demand is being created, that time they will sell it at a high price. So that is also happening. Then you can find that Kullas is a well-to-do peasants. So they are called as Kullas. So they started becoming the important persons because they had the lands of their own. They started utilizing the peasants to do the farming activities. So when shortage continues, they found it that they were able to sold it at a higher price. So when shortage is being created, there was a discussion which was held, and they created an thing like they don't want this kulkas to exist. They want to eliminate the kulkas. So when they are eliminating this kulkas, that means the well-to-do peasants and traders, the land will be under the control of one ownership. So when it is under one ownership, the whole area can be cultivated in a proper manner, and it can bring a huge amount of yield. So that was happening in the year 1917. Then when this was happening, you can find that there was a lot of other changes was also bad, because the peasants felt it is not favoring them, it is not good for them when the collectivization of agriculture is happening. You know why they felt it is not good? Actually, they are going and working in the other person's field. So the person who is being considered as the owner is only getting profited out of it, whereas the peasants are remaining peasants itself, right? So they are not getting any kind of profits. Any kind of benefit is not attained by them, whereas you can find the owners or the full class will be getting more number of profits by this. So there was some discussion which was been going on, and in the year of 1929 the party forced all the peasants to do collective farming. So they said that the Bolshevik party said they are supposed to follow the collectivization of agriculture. None other than it should be followed. So that is how they have made them to do it. So when they are doing this kind of activity, you can find that the people started showing their opposition. The peasants started showing their own opposition. So when they start showing their own opposition, you can find they started resisting. So all these things happen. So what happened is that forcefully it was also suppressed, and he forcefully made the people to follow the collectivization. And there was also a few things which was existing. Who and all are against the collectivization of farming were being deposed. Deposed, that means made to move from their own country to the other. And exile. Exile means sent to the prisons where other country is located. Like that they were being sent to exiles. And those who were being against the collectivization were being severely punished also by Stalin party. Then you can also see that excuse me, this few people were being given the permission to do individual farmings. So when individual farming happens, individual person's farming is happen, from the government side there won't be any support which will be given to them, and they were being treated with unsympathetic aspect. So they were not given more sympathetic aspect towards them. Then you can find in the year of 1929-31 there was a cattle fall also happened. Cattle fall means cattle were being affected by disease, and it has reduced its population to 1/3. So during that time also the peasants were being forced to work in these areas only. Then from 1930 to 31 also there was a famine which was also happening in Russia. So that famine, during that time also he was being forcing the people to follow the collectivization. So see, in spite of collectivization, production did not increase immediately. So even after doing all these collectivization, the production remained the same. It did not give any kind of high production at all. In fact, the bad harvest in 1930 to 31 led to one of the most divisive famine in Soviet history. So when it has been done collectively, if one is being lost, one area is being lost. For example, one person might have harvested this month. So this month if famine comes, his area alone will be affected, but the other person's area will not be affected. But the whole area, 10 acres of land means 10 acres of land is being cultivated in the same time. So what happens when famine comes? 1930 to 33 there was a huge famine in Russia. So that time around 4 million people lost their lives because of that famine. So they say it is because of the collectivization of agriculture. Okay, my dear students. So we'll go into a quick recap. So we are seeing today's topic, that is Stalin and collectivization. So previously we saw that they had a planned economy which was been there, and they also had the socialist society which was also happening. So along with this you can find Lenin has passed away, and the Bolshevik party has got the new head, that is the Stalin. The party is being headed by Stalin, and Stalin has started introducing new aspects, like he has started introducing the famine emergency measures in order to improve the factories and working areas of the workers. So that is being done, and he believed that the lands are there in the hands of the rich peasants as well as the traders, because of which they are not able to get large amount of productions. Then the producers of rice, rich producers as well as the traders, they are producing and they are ordering the grains. So when it is being ordered, you can find that when demand is created, they are selling at a high price. So he don't want this thing to happen. So he decided to have the discussion, like in the members party he had a discussion, and there of 1928 the members of the party entered into the area of production of grains, and in that area they started supervising what is happening, and they surveyed what is happening, how much grains have been hoarded or been hoarded, like that they are supervising. So then they decided that land should be done, farming should be done in a collectivization only. So they decided to eliminate pulkas. Pulkas means well-to-do peasants. So these well-to-do peasants were being storaging, continuously creating shortage of food grains, because when they hoarded, the food grain is not reaching the common peoples. So when the demand is there, they are selling it at a higher price. So they wanted to eliminate the pulkas in the year of 1917. So pulkas were being eliminated. And you can find that the party has been deciding to eliminate them and unite all the lands for doing the farming activities. So when the farming activities is being continuously done, you can find that the yield will be increased. That is what is the main motive of the cultivation of agriculture. And during 1928, the party forced the peasants to do the collective farming. So there you can find they started uprising. So when they started uprising towards the government, they said that they are not saying that they will not follow the rules of the government, like they will do the collectivization, but it has been, profit has been attained by few sections of the society, benefit has been gained by few peoples only, not by everyone. So he believed. So what, even after that you can find the people who are opposing the collectivization of agriculture were being punished severely, sent to destroy, and also to the exiles. And even people who wanted to have an individual agriculture were not given importance, and they were treated unsympathetically. So this was continuously happening. And around 1921 to 23, you can find that there was loss of cattle life also happened to 1/3. And after doing all these collectivization, Russia was not able to increase its production of grains. In the year of 1930 to 33, there was a great famine which happened in Russia, because of which 4 million people lost their life. So this is what is about today's topic, my dear students. Remaining will continue